Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my Premier League predictions for Game Week 14. Before we get into the predictions guys, please be sure to hit the like button. Let's go for 25 likes today on this video. I know you all can do it, and please be sure to smash the subscribe button. We are on the road to 50 subscribers, and please turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future content. Now let's get straight into predictions. So on Game Week 13 I racked up a total of 6 points. Not the greatest start, but you know, there's still room for improvement. There's still room to go and get better points. So I'm hoping for more points on Game Week 14. So let's start off with the 3 o'clock games on Saturday then. And the first game is Arsenal taking on Wolves. Now this game could be a good one really. Arsenal went and got a 1-0 win against Brentford. Good result for them. They're now top of the league at the moment. And Wolves unfortunately went and lost 3-2 to Fulham. So Wolves coming into this game with not as much confidence as Arsenal will have. Arsenal are at home for this, so they will have that massive home advantage there. Wolves are still quite strong under Gary O'Neill. You know, they're still a strong squad, so I think Wolves will play very well against Arsenal. But I think Arsenal will just edge this game 2-1. What do you guys think? Next up then, we've got Brentford taking on Luton Town. Now Brentford came out of a 1-0 defeat against Arsenal at home. It's not the best result, but then it is Arsenal you're coming up against. Arsenal are a strong side this season. And Luton Town came out with a good 2-1 win against Crystal Palace, so a brilliant result for them. However, Luton are better at home than they are away. I think Kenilworth Road is where Luton will get the majority of their points this season. And Brentford are usually good at home, but they did come and go and lose to Arsenal 1-0. But I think Brentford still have enough to get over the line. I know Luton came out with a good 2-1 win against Crystal Palace, but they are away for this game and their away form isn't great, let's be honest. So I'm going to go with Brentford to win this match 2-0. What do you guys think? So next we got a battle of two teams that just came up from the Championship, and it's a big one. It's Burnley taking on Sheffield United. Burnley came out of a 2-1 defeat against West Ham, and Sheffield United came out of a 3-1 defeat against Bournemouth. So both these two teams coming into this match with defeats. But I think Burnley will just edge this. Sheffield United in their match against Bournemouth didn't look that convincing for me. And Burnley did take the lead over West Ham, so they do still have that fighting spirit. I just don't know about Sheffield United this season. I think they look quite vulnerable this season, if that makes sense, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think they look that strong this season at all. I think I wanted them to stay up. I did back them to stay up at the start of the season, but now I am regretting doing that. With their performance at the moment, they're just not looking strong. Burnley don't look strong, but they still have that fighting spirit, if that makes sense. Even though they are still bottom of the league, they still have that fighting spirit ahead of them. So I am going to go and say Burnley win this match 2-0. What do you guys think? Next up, we've got the 5:30 game on Saturday. It is Nottingham Forest taking on Everton. Now both these teams coming into this match with losses as well. Nottingham Forest went and lost 3-2 at home to Brighton. Brighton are a very good side. And Everton went and lost at home to Manchester United 3-0. So yeah, both these teams coming into this match with losses. Nottingham Forest are at home for this, so they will have the home advantage. And Nottingham Forest, up until that Brighton game, have been very good this season at home. Everton, I feel like that points deduction did have an effect on them because they did go and lose 3-0 to Man United. But they still had some fighting spirit in them. That's what I like to see. I like to see teams that still push on after getting hit with a punishment, if that makes sense. But I am going to edge this one to Nottingham Forest. They're at home for this one, and I think they will just edge this. I'm going to go with Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 1. What do you guys think? Next up, we've got Newcastle taking on Manchester United at 8 o'clock on Saturday. This is a very, very big game. Both teams coming into this match after massive, massive wins. Newcastle beating Chelsea 4-1 and Manchester United beating Everton 3-0. So both teams won their games by quite a lot of goals. First of all, what a goal from Garnacho for Manchester United against Everton there. Wow, what a bicycle kick that was. That definitely has the opportunity to be the goal of the season, unless other players decide to try and beat that goal. But other than that, that was an outstanding strike from Garnacho. Very, very impressed with that. Well done, Garnacho. Newcastle obviously beat Chelsea 4-1 at St James's Park. This game is at St James's Park, so Newcastle will have the home advantage. But let's not take anything away from Manchester United. That was a brilliant win against Everton. They so needed that after their little hit and miss run that they've been having. So yeah, I think that'll boost Manchester United's confidence up a little bit now. I think this game will be very close just because it's against Newcastle and Newcastle are at home. I am going to edge it. Oh, I was going to edge it to Newcastle, but then I think Manchester United, with their confidence being high after that win against Everton, I feel like they will push Newcastle a bit. So I am going to go with a 1-1 draw for this match. What do you guys think? Now we turn to the Sunday games, and the first one is Bournemouth taking on Aston Villa. Bournemouth coming out of a very emphatic win against Sheffield United. United beating them 3-1 at Bramall Lane. And Aston Villa went and beat Tottenham 2-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So both these teams coming into this match with a lot of confidence. Bournemouth are at home, so they will have the home advantage, but Aston Villa are a very, very strong team this season. They now sit in 4th in that Champions League spot, so I bet they're over the moon with that, and they really want to keep that place secure. Therefore, even though Bournemouth had a very good win against Sheffield United, I think Aston Villa will come into this match looking to keep their spot in that Champions League spot. I can't even say the word. But yeah, I think they want to keep their spot up there in the top 4. So therefore, I'm going to go with Bournemouth 1, Aston Villa 3. What do you guys think? Next up, we've got Chelsea taking on Brighton. Could be a very interesting match, this one. Chelsea came out of a heavy 4-1 defeat against Newcastle at St James's Park. Not a result that Chelsea were looking for at all. But Brighton came out with a good 3-2 win against Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. So Brighton will be coming into this match with a lot more confidence. Chelsea are at home, but Brighton look like they're starting to go back to how they were and just start picking up very good results. Chelsea can be a very good team. You know, they got a little win over Tottenham. They got a 4-4 draw against Man City. And then they just went and lost to Newcastle 4-1. So Chelsea are a very tough team to put your finger on here. I am just going to edge it to Brighton. I don't think Chelsea look as strong as they should be this season so far. So I'm going to go with Chelsea 1, Brighton 2. What do you guys think? Next up, we've got Liverpool taking on Fulham. Now, Liverpool went and got a good 1-1 draw against Manchester City at 12:30 on Saturday. And Fulham went and got a win against Wolves. So both teams coming into this match looking very strong. This is at Anfield, so Liverpool will have that huge home advantage. But Fulham, with that result, that was really good for them. They needed a win after so long. But, you know, I think Liverpool will just edge this. They are at home for this, and Anfield is not an easy place to go and get a result at. So I am going to edge it towards Liverpool. Fulham are good, but I think Liverpool have a bit too much on that day at Anfield. So I am going to go with Liverpool 3, Fulham 1. What do you guys think? Next up, we've got West Ham taking on Crystal Palace. Could be a very good game as well. A London derby, you might say. West Ham came out of a 2-1 win against Burnley. Good result for them. However, Crystal Palace came out of a nasty 2-1 defeat against Luton Town. Not a good result for Crystal Palace, let's say that. But West Ham are at home for this, so they will have a home advantage. Crystal Palace can still be a good team. You know, they've got Elise back. And I think Elise will be a strong player in that squad with Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace will push West Ham a little bit, but I think West Ham will just get it over the line. I think Crystal Palace have been too inconsistent so far this season. I think West Ham will put it over the line. West Ham have been inconsistent, but I think West Ham still have a lot of their strong players. You know, they've got Ward-Prowse, they've got Kudus, they've got Paquetá. So they've got a lot of strong players still. Crystal Palace, I think their only main player is Elise. Like, I know Edouard is a good player, but I think Elise is their best player at the moment. You know, Eze's now out again, and you got Decore out. So I think West Ham will just get it over the line. I'm going to say West Ham 2, Crystal Palace 1. What do you guys think? And finally, we've got the giant 4:30 kickoff happening on Sunday. It is Manchester City taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Man City came out of a 1-1 draw against Liverpool. Not a bad result, you know. Man City are still showing their strong sides this season. And Tottenham came out of a 2-1 defeat against Aston Villa. So Tottenham not coming into this match with a lot of confidence. They're going to be playing at the Etihad for this one. So Man City will have the home advantage for this. And I think Man City will look at this game thinking, we've got to get a result here. Tottenham just lost their match against Aston Villa, so we have to get a result here. And I think they will. I think Tottenham Hotspur, with those injuries to Van de Ven and James Maddison, I think that's put like a real hole in that team, if that makes sense. Tottenham Hotspur still showing the signs that they want to keep on pushing, but they're coming up against Man City here, who still have a lot of their good members in that squad, and Man City are at home. I'm going to go with Man City to win this match 2-1. What do you guys think? So guys, that wraps up my Premier League predictions for Game Week 14. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, please be sure to share your thoughts down in the comments below. What are your predictions? And please be sure to hit the like button. Remember, we're going for 25 likes on this video. I know you all can do it. And please be sure to smash the subscribe button apart. We are on the road to 50 subscribers. And please be sure to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future content. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down.